Be sure to.
Shalom, family.
Shalom.
We had a question about Whited Out 6, and we wanted to talk about that question. I'm going to have my wife read it to you.
Let me get my volume down first. Okay. The question was, I was thinking about the premise, that technology was going to be used to summons demons. I thought that you believed that the world was already filled with demons, that demons were everywhere, that all sorts of people were demon hotels. And then they added some other stuff as well. It says, so why do more demons need to be summoned? Aren't demons already in charge? Okay.
So
no, we wanted to address that.
Yeah, we want to address that. No, they're not already in charge. As a matter of fact, there's only a small portion of demons that are actually released on earth to this day. It's only a small portion compared to what's actually can be released.
There was another part of the email that I didn't. This is a Gentile who sent this, so they also believe that we believe that white people are more susceptible to demon influence. Okay, and that was a part of the question. But we're going to talk about all of this stuff because there needs to be an understanding to.
Right.
We're always explaining various things like the Book of Enoch, what it talks about, and things of that nature. And sometimes people don't always pull together everything that has been spoken of.
Right.
They'll take a bit or a piece here and there and try to determine what we believe based on that.
Exactly. So, yeah, we don't believe that white people are more susceptible to demons than black people. We believe that anyone that's not in the way of Yahuwah and that's that have allowed this world to really get to his mind can be susceptible to a demon. Now, that could be anyone.
That could be anyone.
Yes.
Now, there are specific demons that deal with specific groups of people.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Like we talked about before, I talked about on my channel, I said there are certain crimes that you know right away. Okay, this is a white crime,
Listen,
this is a black crime.
You know right away. Yeah, exactly. That's right.
So I do believe that certain things you can just kind of say, okay, I know who did this right here.
I know what demon got a hold of
that,
yeah.
Right? But in terms of who's susceptible, anybody, like Watchman said, anybody who is not in the truth, anyone who doesn't believe in the Most High, anyone who
don't have the Ruach,
opens the door.
Yeah, opens the door.
Anyone who opens the door to demons can be filled with them or influenced by them.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into this in reference to Whited Out Part 6 and what we believe, and to try to separate for those of you who are not sure what's going on, because we have talked about how demons are already in the world, they are already using people, but the AI demon or spirit or influence, something totally different.
Something totally different. Okay, I want you to think about this, right? We know according to the Book of Enoch, the demons used to be people that were on this planet. What people did they used to be? They were actually the sons and daughters of the Nephilim. I'm sorry, not the Nephilim, of the angels. So you know the story of the Book of Enoch and the story of Genesis, where the angels came down and mated with women, and then Nephilim or giants were born on land. Well, those giants, when they died, became the evil spirits. That's what the Book of Enoch says. Those giants became the evil spirits that now roam on the earth, okay? So now you have different things that's going on, because we know that there are some angels that did wickedly, but they're chained up, right? That's what the scripture said. They're chained up. And so, but we still see these activities going on. We still see demons coming about, being born, not being born, Nephilim being born after the flood. When the flood killed everything, and there was no more giants in the land, but yet we see giants showing up after the flood. That's because you have a continuation of certain things that actually continue to happen. Now, these particular demons that roam the earth now are different than these that they are trying to summon. Now, let me show you what I mean by that, okay? Okay, now there's this one particular writer that we talked about in the Whited Out 6 Demon Seed. His name was Lovecraft. Okay, H.P. Lovecraft. Well, H.P. Lovecraft was basically talking about certain entities that were considered the elder gods, or they were like the old ones, the great old ones. Okay, these are actually the spirits of those ancient Nephilims. Okay, now these spirits of these ancient Nephilims might not be in our realm like we see most of these spirits today just roaming around. Some of these spirits can possibly be in another realm because they're trying to contact these spirits, and these spirits and they're trying to use CERN and these other things to try to contact these spirits for a reason. Okay, now just to show you something, right? What have showed up over the last few years? Let's say over the past 100 years, nuclear weapons, right? Well, where were nuclear weapons before then? Wasn't no nuclear weapons, right?
That we know of.
But yes, there was, because my son Elia brought out the point that in India, they were showing signs that there's some nuclear explosion that went off, and he was talking about in this one papyrus, I think that was written in, I forget what he called it. What was the weird name of it? The Mahatma. I can't think of the name.
It sound like another language Elia was speaking.
Exactly. But if you know, this was a demon back in the days that obviously a Nephilim that did this particular explosion thing back in the days, right? When they had their little battle back then. And so he must have died, and now his spirit, being a demon, shows up when? In these last days to give more nuclear ideas to mankind in the last days so man can create all these nuclear weapons. Now I found it strange that one of H.P. Lovecraft's demons that they're trying to summon is called nuclear chaos. That's the name of this demon.
One thing we have to keep in mind too, just like there are different types of humans, different kinds of humans, different racial groups or whatever you want to call us, there are different types of demons as well.
That's right.
Just like in the human realm, you have those who would be considered lower class, middle class, high class. You have different levels of everything, different levels of humanity in terms of how people live and how their lives are fashioned. Same with demons and spirits. Right. There are some demons that all you have to do is say boo to them and they will vanish.
That's right.
Okay? But there are some demons that are sent to torment and you can't say boo to them.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what's going on with what we're talking about with Whited Out 6 too. So yes, we have talked about how people can be a motel to a demon or demons check in and out.
That's
okay.
Right.
That is a different type of spirit or demon than what is dealing with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, this demon is actually what these demons that's behind the scene are trying to create. They're trying to give man this information, this knowledge, so that he can create this artificial intelligence that actually is going to, what I refer to, what they would call evolving, but it's not really evolving. They're just, technology is getting smarter and smarter, so that these demons can now occupy people longer and occupy false bodies even, because they're making it out of this artificial intelligence. Now, I thought this was wild and whack years ago. I would have never believed anything like this until I noticed a few years ago that each and every time we went to do a broadcast, it seemed like demons would get in the wires of the computers and would cause all kinds of problems. And we would sit back and say, man, what is going on with this? You know, we would look at the computer and say, man, what is, each and every time, almost like clockwork, but I can do broadcasts, do videos on anything else, nothing happened. But the minute we would do a broadcast, then all kinds of signals would get lost, this was lost. But notice it says that Satan is the prince and power of the air. And what do you have out here? Airwaves. You get
things
it?
that are connected to, what do they call it? Wireless. Because
that's right.
Information being traveled or
that's
passed
right.
back and forth through the air. And so a lot of the questions that this person asked were actually answered in the video, in the documentary itself.
Right.
Where it was one of the speakers said that these things, they don't care about humans at all.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't care about humans. They are using humans to bring their technology
That's right.
into fruition, because they realize that human bodies are susceptible to death.
That's right.
Human bodies can die, but if they can get artificial intelligence, if they can live through a machine that's built or something,
or cyborg,
else,
a person that's part machine and part human.
Mm-hmm. If they can live like that, in other words, they're trying to say, okay, humans, we're going to use you to get what we want, but then after that, we don't need y'all.
Yeah.
We don't need you humans anymore, but you're going to help us to advance ourselves.
That's right.
And so therefore, that's why he says those creatures, or those beings that they call them, don't care about humans at all. You're just being used.
That's right. That's right. And notice he said the things that we're summoning into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he knows this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to summon these things to come on in and be a part of our world, but they want to be able to control them. And that's the thing. And this is the classic thing that you see in the movies. They actually put it in the movies. And they're actually, how it got in the movies, probably because they figured somebody was already trying to do it. And they found out about it and say, hey, I'm going to put this in a movie if this is what they're actually trying to do. And so, CERN, in my opinion, what was the movie? In the Mist, is a classic example of what they're really trying to do in the Mist, because in the Mist, one of the creatures actually looked like one of H.P. Lovecraft's demons, or elder gods, as they would call it, And so, but guess what? These demons, when they were once on earth walking in human form, was worshipped as gods. Mm-hmm. You see, people thought they were big, they were huge, and people worshiped these things like they were gods. Mm-hmm. They brought food to them like you wouldn't believe it, because they didn't have enough to fill their bellies, and eventually they started to eat man.
Now, I know a lot of this stuff just sounds so over the top for some people, but like I've said many times before in previous broadcasts, that we see the promotion of evil and dark spirits all the time.
Yeah.
We see people working in dark powers. You can sit up and say you don't believe in all this stuff all you want, but this stuff is real, it's happening, and it's going down whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah. They doing this thing.
Yeah, they're doing this thing. A lot of things have already been done.
Yeah.
A lot of times, people see things because they sound just so crazy. I mean, they sound so crazy. We don't want to believe, because we are stuck in a flat dimension.
Yes.
I've said many times before, too, that the real flat earth is not the one that people are trying to promote, but the real one is this flat dimension that we live in today, where people have detached themselves from spirituality. Now, a lot of people are reconnecting to spirituality, some on a more positive note, and some on a more evil note.
Yes.
Okay, some attaching to the powers of darkness, and some to the powers of Yah, which are the powers of light.
That's right.
And so we see the powers of darkness in full operation.
Yes.
We see them in full operation, and they are on autopilot, right? But the powers of Yah, people are coming against it so hard and heavy, it ain't even funny. So how do you expect to deal with the powers of darkness? Because we see, if you believe that stuff is real, because we see it live and in living color, why not believe and understand that the powers of Yah are just as real, actually more real?
Yeah.
You see, so this stuff is going down whether we want to accept it or believe it or not.
Yeah.
And they are just out in the open now telling us through their movies,
all
kinds of things that this stuff is real. It's happening.
You know what's funny? I never would have believed. I mean, I would have had hunches, say, maybe so. But when I heard them say it, and when I first heard Gordy Rose talk about the D-Wave computer and what he was trying to do, I heard someone else talk about it, right? And I said, wait a minute, they trying to summon a demon? I said, no. I said, no. And so when I heard more about CERN, I started scratching my head. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I said, these are scientists. These people have billions of dollars. D-Wave, Gordy Rose is worth billions of dollars. So I said, man, wait a minute. We talking about some billionaires here. We ain't talking about Leroy or Eddie
or somebody doing some little science experiments in their mother's and father's basement.
Yeah, we talking about billionaires who have already spent or making billions of dollars making these D-Wave computers and building CERN and all of this stuff. And so, and guess what? I heard that the internet came from CERN. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on it. Research it for yourself. But I remember reading something saying pretty much that that's where the internet originated from, CERN. CERN actually been around more than 20 years. We think that it just came about. Yeah,
but it's been out.
It's been out. Yeah.
I also heard that a black man has something to do with the creation of the internet as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Who knows what is what in this world?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So seeing these people talk about this thing, you know, and they're looking at it like, yeah, we can do this now. We got the technology to do this. And we're summoning these spirits down. Each time we send these particles over, it brings back more information. And I'm telling you, it's like they sound like kids in a candy store, you know, like they really got a hold of something. And so hearing them actually say it with their own words is enough to make me say, okay, this thing is real. They really trying to summon some spirits into the world. Spirits that obviously aren't here already.
Someone said that they said the creator of D-Wave said that standing next to the D-Wave sounds like an alien heartbeat. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
You hear this? But when I had a chance to look at how these computers are made, and I'm telling you right now, I don't even know how in the world a human brain could even comprehend the science of this quantum computer. I'm telling you, what it does is way over my head what they're doing with this computer. I don't even know how anyone could even figure that out. So we know they're getting this intelligent information from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious that they are. They challenge spirits, you know, to get this information. So
I hope we've answered the question. I don't believe it was really a question.
Yeah.
I think it was more like, but I thought you all said demons were already here, you know.
Yeah.
So we were just addressing something that was presented to us.
We actually said it in the video too.
Yeah.
That we know that demons are hopping into people, in and out of people anyway. You don't need a D-Wave computer to do so. But it's
This is a different task that they're about. They have a different goal. A demon that possesses a person has a whole, that's low level stuff, y'all, okay? But what they're trying to do with artificial intelligence, if I can just tie this up with this bit of information, for those of you who believe you'll get this, for those of you who don't believe, you're just going to be more confused. But, you know, the scripture talks about how when Yahushua returns, that the armies of the world are going to turn their weapons against him.
Wow.
Okay, and so if you understand who Yahusha is, okay, this is a heavenly being coming to earth to do battle. So they already know that their bullets and guns ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that.
So what are they doing?
So they're
with
trying
CERN?
to create something else.
They're creating weapons with CERN. Yeah.
Demons have convinced them that, look, let us help you. We can create something that just might work.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can really say in all of this, that they believe that they're going to need a spiritual weapon to fight a spiritual being, because they already know their AR-15s ain't going to do it.
Ain't going to do it, yep.
Their nuclear bombs aren't going to do it. Their atomic bombs, none of that is going to do it. Their AI isn't going to do it. But they said, you know, nothing fails but a try. So they're going to give it a try at least. But whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. This battle is already won.
Yeah, it is. It's already won. Yeah, you know, I had saw an article where they're talking about they're actually creating weapons. They're trying to create new weapons with CERN, weapons that don't even deal with our realm. It's like, so what you trying to kill then?
If it's not dealing with our realm.
If you know what I mean? It's like, what are these weapons for? And so there it is. Like I say, they telling you what they doing. We can sit here and say, no, they ain't doing that all day long. They like, no, we doing it. And based on what we're seeing so far, they are doing it. So,
well, that's all we have on this.
Yeah, I want to say one more thing too. I want you to think about this too, right? Remember the Uber app?
The Uber, you mean?
Uber,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
Uber. I'm sorry, I thought it was Uber. But remember the app? How someone claimed they looked at that this demon got in them through that, and they
They said it spoke to them,
and they killed people.
Yep, up
right?
in Michigan, I believe it was.
That's right. Now you remember the one video that we showed you where a lady is sitting there looking at her cell phone, and then all of a sudden she just started going crazy on the subway, and she started reaching out after she looks at her cell phone.
Right.
See, I'm telling you, you have no idea what they are capable of doing with this stuff, right? No idea, and so. We better be on the guard, better guard your mind. Hallelujah.
Guard our minds, that's right.
Yes.
We love you, family. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, absolutely. Well, enjoy the rest of your night.
Shalom.
Shalom, family.
Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.